in my backyard, or this is a neutral place for me. But that fight is gonna happen regardless because there's a rematch going on, and it's gonna be a different fight. I can honestly tell you. And like I told you yesterday, and I told you in front of Edgar Hassel, I didn't give Andy Ruiz a chance in the first one. I mean, but in a way, it's great. You know, he won the fight. He went in there. He put in his work, his effort, and everything, and he showed what kind of a warrior Andy Ruiz is. He went in there with a mentality to win, and he won. I mean, it was his night, great. But honestly, I don't think he'll win the rematch. I mean, I know that Anthony Joshua's going to make some adjustments, and on the rematch, I think Anthony wins.
You're the first one to tell me that. I mean, no, I'm saying it's your opinion, and you know boxing. You train champions. You were champion yourself. Like, you know boxing. A lot of people feel that Joshua maybe have a mental block, or the pressure's on him, or...
You know what, Ellie? I'm going to tell you one thing. I've been in this business for years, and I've seen it with some of my fighters. Some of my fighters step in the ring, depending on the opposition they're facing, and they step up to the level of opposition. You know, I've had fighters that will go in the ring with a fighter that nobody's ever heard, and they're like, they're too relaxed. You know, they're like, you know, this is easy fight. I don't even feel like people are gonna be happy me beating up on this guy, you know? So they're too relaxed. They're not really.
You're right. When I covered the Lakers, they always lost to the teams we never expected them to lose to.
Exactly. So yeah. I'm a true believer that every fighter steps up to the level of opposition in the ring. And that day, I'm not gonna take credit from Andy Ruiz. He did his job. I mean, he did everything from his part. But I think that Anthony Joshua walked in there and said, "Come on, you know, look who am I fighting?" You know, obviously, I mean, he didn't think Andy Ruiz was a fighter at his level, and he was too relaxed, he was too confident, and that's what happened. Now that he knows what he's stepping against, I mean, things are going to be different because he knows that Andy Ruiz is a dangerous fighter. He's a hungry, dangerous fighter. So things are going to be different now. I mean, that's just my opinion. I've seen it with some of my fighters. They're too relaxed when they face, an opposition that they don't think should be in there with them.
It's true.
Wow. Guys, I was letting you listen to Joel Diaz. He was the former trainer of Timothy Bradley, amongst others. And he had a different assessment of how the rematch will be. As you clearly heard him and his prediction of the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. Now, he made a lot of sense. I touched key points of this last night. You know, it was just surprising to me to hear this coming from Joel Diaz. But he stated that Joshua didn't know what level to really be on because he was in there with a fighter, first of all, which was a replacement. Second of all, was really an unknown guy. A lot of people didn't know Andy Ruiz. They should have known. You know, but that's really up to your trainer and training. That's your training side. That's where they need to be, you know, they need to step their game up. Right? But he's seen Andy Ruiz, he was disarmed, he was too relaxed, he was too confident, and that's what happened. He didn't take a lot of times people, they hear these videos from whoever, my videos or whatever videos, and then they hear, oh man, you know, he didn't really want to fight him. You're just making excuses. No, this is no excuse. Joshua even admitted he underestimated Ruiz. You know, he can say, oh well, he knew he was a good fighter and this, that, and the other. Yeah, he knew he was the best fighter that he could pick at the time, but that doesn't mean that he didn't know what level he was on. You know? This guy went from 3 different guys that he could possibly fight. Really, actually 4. You know what I mean? It started with Dillian White, then Jarrell Miller. You know, that's coming to the States. Then after Jarrell Miller, then Ortiz, then Ruiz. That's a lot of people to direct energy and focus on. You know, that's 4 different people. How in the hell is he supposed to be prepared for somebody like that anyway when he doesn't even know who the hell it's going to be? He just found out he was going to fight, I think 5 weeks in, 6 weeks in. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to have been Jarrell Miller. You know, then Ortiz popped up, you know. But anyhow, he said, Joel Diaz said, it's good. The second fight's going to be a different fight. Anthony Joshua knows what he's up against. He knows that he's going to be cautious. He's going to be mindful. He's going to be more respectful. If you expect someone to hit harder than you thought they can hit, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to be more prepared for that. He wasn't prepared for fucking anything, and that's what it looks like to me. He was just prepared for a normal bout of less importance. Right? And that, you know, I talked to my live stream, which I'm going to actually do another one today. You know, maybe around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock p.m. Central. About this whole thing. The replacement. And Joel Diaz, you know, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. If you know anything about Joel Diaz, he talks fast and he talks right from here. You know, that's why it was surprising to hear him say that. But hey, he's not sugarcoating anything. He's a Mexican American, right? Joel Diaz, you know, used to be a fighter himself. And he said he's been around a long time, and he's seen that happen. You know, and when this fight happens and the outcome goes the way that he said it's going to be, everybody's going to be surprised. You know what I mean? That's why videos are so important when they're dated and when they happened. Because then we can prove. A lot of people are, oh, yeah, see, I told you so. Yeah, you're saying that shit now. You wasn't saying that before. You know? But anyway, you know, I wonder if they're going to call Joel Diaz a sellout or something now. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he said that he thinks Joshua will beat him in the rematch, and then he's Mexican. You know what I mean? You know, of course, Ruiz is Mexican. He gave credit to Ruiz, but, you know, he thinks that Joshua will rise to the occasion and will adjust. But anyway, we shall see. You guys tell me what you think about Joel Diaz, his statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.